Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video, I'm going to talk about what it means to have your sun trine to someone's Mars in Synastry. So, this is a really nice aspect to have where the ego, identity, and life purpose and brightest light in someone's chart, the sun, is making a beautiful trine to someone's Mars, their energy, their aggression, how they go after what they want. This is a very active trine. Sometimes trines can be a little bit more unnoticed because it's such an easy flowing aspect, but with this trine, there actually is still a bit of a buzz. It's still kind of a high energy aspect to have. This is still a couple that actually gets energized by the partnership. So, there may be less initial attraction or spark as with some of the harder aspects, like even the square, the opposition, and the conjunction tend to create quite a buzz that's like people are really attracted to each other because Mars is getting pushed by Sun. This one, it's a little bit slower to come on, but the attraction and the compatibility is even maybe stronger because we do just have this easy flow and like we're different enough to um motivate each other in new ways, but we're also the same enough that we can really just get along well in our day to day and do stuff together, work on a project together. This is great for a working partnership or a couple that does things together. This isn't really like a sitting around on the couch kind of couple, when Mars is involved with Sun. Even in a trine, this is still a fiery aspect. This is still feisty. This is still an aspect of high sexual attraction and also compatibility. So it's not just attraction, it's also compatibility because we have Sun and Mars in trine. So this is a really good aspect to have in your partnership. I would count the trines are kind of like good luck and blessings. So if you have this aspect, you can really actually get along well in the day to day. And as far as combining your energies to some mutual purpose, and having, yeah, more energy together, more physical activity get together, more sex together. Although the sun isn't necessarily a sexual planet like Mars, it does seem to have a bit to do with the physical body. Like you'll notice, people they look like their sun and they're rising. It's kind of a combination there sometimes. So there is this aspect of when Sun is trying with Mars, feeling like we've met our match, feeling like we've met someone who we're physically compatible and who is hot. Now, this aspect doesn't necessarily show love. It just shows that we work well together. We respect each other with this trine. The Mars person is really good for the Sun person's ego. The Sun person feels really reinforced in their identity, like they get a boost of energy. They get an even stronger taste of their own light and their own sun, which the sun in our chart is so important, but it does take a bit to grow into. So being in this relationship with Mars, Sun is getting a taste of who they really are and who they're really meant to be. And that can feel really good. That can feel really addicting. That can feel really attractive. They're definitely getting their ego stroked by Mars. And Mars is getting even more initiative, more grounding. Sometimes our Mars placement is more like a childlike energy. It's more like an impulsive energy. And with Sun can actually, the Sun person can help the Mars person really like utilize that energy for something worthwhile, if they can stay out of the bedroom long enough, which in the trine they probably can because it's a more balanced energy flow here. So they both can get a lot of good out of this aspect. It's definitely favorable. There's not really anything wrong with it. The only thing that I would say is that even though it's a trine, it's still an active aspect because we have the two masculine planets, Sun and Mars, being activated. So it's still a high energy aspect. There could still even be some restlessness together because you just are energizing each other. It's a very energizing trine. And it's one of those things like, you might not even notice it as much as some of the hard aspects. You'll just notice that you naturally can be yourself with this aspect. There's a lot of authenticity. There's a lot of feeling like we can just, be authentic, be ourselves. The Mars person feels like their sexual impulses are very well understood or not squelched by Sun. There's an easy flow of that active energy. The Mars person feels like they can just kind of let it all hang out, and the Sun person feels like they can be themselves too, and they can shine and they can succeed with the Mars person, and the Mars person can really actually help them towards their life goals, their purpose, their light to shine even brighter. So yeah, there's a lot of benefit to this aspect. Not really a lot negative. I mean, it's a trine, so there's not that much. It's slower to turn on than some of the harder aspects, which is kind of how trines go. But when you do have it in a long-term relationship, you'll realize there's a steady compatibility and attraction, and your physical energy combines really well. You're able to just do things and live together and not get in each other's way, and actually not piss each other off too much with with the trine, because Mars feels really understood. Mars is where we do have that tendency to be angry or be on the offensive, right? And when Sun is trine with Mars, we kind of feel like our armor, we can take it off, let it down, and just be ourselves. And there's a lot of harmony and compatibility there. We can both become stronger and become a better version of ourselves with this aspect. And it's really good for combining our creative energies to work on some project or some physical activity, workout partners, or working around the house together. And you want to look at the element that this trine is taking place in, because that's going to be the theme of the energy that gets to flow naturally with this trine. So thanks for the request, you guys. I'm taking your requests. Let me know in the comments below any more of your requests, and I'll add them to my list. I'd love to know your experience with this aspect. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Let me know in the comments. Okay, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.